Hello, Disraeli. How are you?
Oh, Kimberly, good to see you. Hi.
It's great to see you too, or more so hear you. It's okay. It's all right. Well, look, I
How
want to
how are you
thank you.
holding up with everything that's happening with the state of the country right now? How are you holding up? Okay.
I am holding up okay. I'm hanging in there. Been going to work still, but got to get it somehow, right?
And thank you for your service.
Of course, absolutely.
Truly.
Thank you. I appreciate that. So, thank you for taking this time out to have this quick interview with Chosen Productions. I just want to ask you a couple of questions to see how you've been
My
doing.
pleasure. Go ahead.
How much theater experience have you had prior to choosing Christmas?
Oh, quite a few years. I've been doing theater since the mid 90s, I believe. So a while, quite a bit.
Wow, the mid 90s. What was that like?
Oh, how do I put it? Uh, I'm trying to find the word, the zeal, the zest, the foundation of each actor's want or need to truly be a performer and
Mm,
not just seen on stage. To
mm,
truly tell a story, because remember, I guess the best way to put it is we are actors imitating life.
right.
So these are supposed to be somewhat real stories, or at least real enough for people to connect with. And I think that has been lost a lot with individuals of now, which I think might actually be coming back because of the State of the Union right now. We
Hmm.
actually start doing things that are more connected to the reality of the stories we're telling, because we're storytellers.
Right. Absolutely. That's really interesting. So you think the people now are more like into the fame aspect of it versus trying to tell the story and the actual work that you put in?
I see people, and I've seen them from then to now, and I've seen this transition of, everybody wants to take the picture and get on the social media and show that they're doing this thing and doing that thing.
Right.
The process of knowing the character you're going to portray
Mm-hmm.
is not as much as I used to see.
Mm-hmm.
There anyone can get on stage and do the thing, but there aren't as many that can actually get lost in the character and make us believe they're not the person we may see after the show has been performed,
Uh-huh.
if you follow my meaning.
Right, right. I do. Wow.
So
That's
when I perform, you're supposed to not see me. You're supposed to see whatever character I'm playing. And
right.
then after it's all done, you can see me again. But
Right.
when I'm performing, you can see that it looks like me, but you don't see me. You see whoever I'm playing, that character, that role.
Like, how do you know if they're being genuine or disingenuous or not?
Well, as human beings, we feel it.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, this medium is emotional. It's an emotional medium.
Right.
And as we're engaging as regular people, we connect emotionally. Now, there are those that respond through emotion instead of processing information. We won't get into that. But yet and still, as people, as human beings, we do have an earnest emotional connection. And that connection should not be lost on stage.
Mm.
It's just transformed because of the character you're playing.
Right. Right.
Now, we all have these things within us. It's just for this character, I'm not this, I'm not that, I'm nor this, and I'm more that, whatever those things are,
Mhm.
characteristically.
What other productions have you performed in since choosing Christmas?
Not a one, nada, nothing, nunca.
And there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, that's a part of being an
Oh,
artist, right?
no. Well, the thing was, and it's funny because I was gearing up to be in a production, was producing a film, actually was bringing Sakia on board,
Mhm.
and the virus hit. And when
Yeah.
the virus hit, the producers couldn't. We tried to figure some things out because I'm also producing the project, and there's I think four producers, and we all couldn't get on the same page with how to move forward
Right.
with the film. So it's just like, okay, we did come to the agreement. Like, I guess we just got to wait until it's all over because we can't move forward with the production. So, and then I also had 3 other productions that have been placed on hold because of the virus, COVID-19. So I walked out of Choosing Christmas into 3 productions that right now I should be like, okay, I'm tired because I've just been doing these 4 shows and I need a break. But
Right.
no, that's not where it is. That's not where I am. That's not what happened. I
Yeah.
haven't done any projects since Choosing Christmas.
Yeah, and Choosing Christmas that happened at the end of 2019. So if you didn't have anything happening by what was that, March, the cutoff when they exposed everything and everybody had to go on lockdown and all
Oh,
that.
I had, like I said, I had 3, 4 shows. I had 4 productions that the COVID shut down.
Shut it down.
I had 4 productions shut down. Well, man, they're on hold. They're just on hold. So I
Yeah,
guess I'll hear
they on
people.
hold.
They're
Right.
on. They're on. So I get to write more. I get to take care of some other things, and I get to clean up, a purge, exercise more, process, daydream, or do other things instead of go here and go there.
Right.
So
Right. It's cool, it's have time to
it
do.
is cool.
Yeah.
It's
So what are your acting or production future plans?
my future plans.
Mhm.
They're not future plans for me. They're now. This
Mhm.
is my future. This is it.
Right.
I write. I've directed. I produce. I act. Pretty much in that order. So still, it's just ongoing. Um, Edit material. Finished writing some scripts and plays that I have. I've also, dove into doing commentaries and editorials now.
Mm.
I've been doing poetry for years. I'll get back on stage and do some more spoken word and start doing more of that because I got on stage back in September after about 10 years of doing some spoken word, and it just felt so at home. It was like I saw how I missed it, and I didn't realize how I missed it until I got back on stage. So I'll do more of that. And since it's a new medium now, everybody takes pictures of everything and videos everything. It'll be interesting to see how it all unfurls.
Yeah, we're living in a different world now. So, on. How important is the rehearsal process for you, whether it's theater or film, and why?
Well, um, theater is the foundation of this medium of entertainment versus stage. The stage for film is pretty much wherever you're shooting. The entire area, the location is your stage. Are you ready for it now? Because the way I look at it is that's what theater prepares you for. It
Right.
prepares you to be able to go into any production and nail whatever you need to nail. You don't need 45,000 takes. You've already processed, you've worked out everything on stage. You know who you are, you know how to bring a particular character because you've been on stage, you've done this character, that character. You have to stay in this role. You have to be focused all this time. So by the time you actually start doing a film, you're in.
Right.
When you get out of your car and you walk on stage and you're going into makeup and hair and costume, you go through whatever process you need to. So by the time you hit the stage and the director says, "Okay, let's do it," or action, or whenever you're ready, whatever his call signal is, you're in.
Right. And that's what I've
So
always been taught too. Theater is where you get the work. That's where you
yeah,
do
it's the
all your.
foundation
Exactly.
as actors to truly tap into the story and give as true a performance, and I don't want to say imitation, uh, but a simulation of the character in which we're performing.
Mhm.
For example, when Jamie Foxx played Ray, now we didn't see Jamie.
At all.
We saw Ray Charles. Yeah, I saw Jamie once or twice in there, but other than that, you saw Ray Charles,
I didn't see him at all.
and that's awesome.
World.
Well,
Yeah.
see, I also study film. I mean, that's my medium. That's what I do. So I'll look at a film 7, 8 times. And be like, damn, haven't you seen this enough already? I'm like, yeah, but what are you looking at now?
You catch something different every time you watch it.
Yes, but then are you also like me? I'm looking at, because I had a person tell me this. We went and watched a film. A buddy of mine, God rest his soul, he passed. And he said, Diz, you always come in and you watch a movie and you're always dissecting it. You're cutting it up. You're looking at this, you're looking at that. Enjoy it the first time, dude. And I
Hmm.
looked over at him and said, you know what, Elliot? You're right. You're right. Let me enjoy it the first time. And then after that, I'll look at the lighting. I'll look at how the camera moves. I'll look at how the actors act. I'll look at how the sound is played. And when the sound, I'll look at it, and then I'll go back and I'll look at other things again and again, the background. I'll look at what scenery they use, what I use. I'll look at so many other things because it's the medium in which I chose to make a living.
Exactly. You're an artist. I mean, I feel like every artist does that. We can never just relax and watch a movie. It's like I'm looking at so many different things, catching different things
Right.
every time I watch it. Every time
Right.
I've seen a movie 100 times, and I
Right.
always catch something new. It's
Right.
amazing. That's a part of being an artist. We never sleep. Our mind
Yeah.
is always,
It's always clicking, man. It's always clicking. It's always clicking.
yeah, always. What projects would you like to see from Chosen Productions?
I would like to see Chosen Productions do more projects that impact what the state of this union is going through right now.
Right
And
now. Mhm.
right now. And the example is this: the Holocaust. People didn't believe this thing happened with the Jewish community, with the Jews out of Germany and so forth. They didn't believe it. I mean, they didn't believe it. Oh, it's a lie. It's propaganda, blah, 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 blah.
Right.
But what did the Jewish community do? They told their stories. I'd like to see Chosen start telling those stories,
Okay.
telling those stories from a perspective of as how it can actually heal the issues that we're going through right now. Because as I look and I hear everybody on television, it's still one-sided. It's still Black folks, and I hate using the word Black folks because Black isn't a culture, it's a
Right.
hue.
Right.
Okay,
Exactly.
so
It's just a color.
as I like to say it, the descendants of African slaves in America are explaining and saying it's okay. Yet and still, the travesty is happening to us, and I'm not hearing from other cultures. Chosen needs to tell these stories. Remember, the African experience in this country built it on the back of a whip, with a whip on their back,
Right. Right.
with mortal danger and death as their motivator. And after the Civil War, not that their enslavers wanted to release them, but after the Civil War and the South lost the war,
Mm-hmm.
one of the consolations was you can't keep your slaves anymore. And when the country had an opportunity to be magnanimous and show some kind of appreciation and I'm sorry for the deprivation and the inhumane treatment that we have treated you for 400 years, instead they do a 180-degree turn and start raping them more, killing them more, murder. Just people of the country had an opportunity at that point to be magnanimous and show some kind of compassion for the ancestors, the indigenous folks, the descendants of slaves in America after slavery.
Mm-hmm.
They did not. But that's why. That's what I like to see Chosen do. Stories about the struggle.
Right. This, I love you so much. You know, I say this all the time. You're one of my favorite people to work with.
We'll
And,
be back.
yeah, and I hope to hear from you more in the future. I hope you come back with Chosen. I wish you much success in your future. Thank you so much for speaking
Thank
with
you.
me today during this hectic time in the world. It's a lot going
Right.
on, but is there anything that you want to give the people so they can follow you on like an Instagram, or do you have an email you want to give out?
Well, if they follow you, then they following me. That's good right now.
All right, I'll take it.
I have none of that stuff. And when the time comes, you get it when you get it.
And you go ahead, and you're right. Thank you so much, Diz.
You're welcome.